Brother, your word is your absolute bond. If you cannot follow through with your word, then you are never going to be taken seriously. You're never going to be able to create the life that you want for yourself. You're never going to fulfill the dreams that you have within inside of your mind. And you're never going to be a leader in the ways that you want to be a leader. So in this video, we're going to discuss the importance of your word and how your word shapes your reality. Let's get to it. If you cannot keep your word, two problems arise. Number one, you will never take yourself seriously enough to create the life that you want. Number two, others will treat you like a joke because you don't follow through with your word. The power of keeping your word. When you genuinely learn to keep your word, you align yourself with the frequency of truth. And there's nothing more powerful than that in regards to yourself and really just kind of everything in life. There's nothing more powerful than truth. When you live in truth, you create a vision and trust that it will come to life without doubt, fear, or worry. You become a channel for source. Your thoughts turn into reality. And that is a very, 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 very powerful place to be in your life when you realize that you can turn your thoughts into reality simply by owning the things that you say, owning your word. No person in a successful position, whether that's a father, a business owner, a man who's in shape, all of them keep their word. And they never got there because they skipped on the word. They got there because they kept their word. I want you to imagine this. Seriously, imagine this. You say you'll wake up early to train, and you do. You say you'll build your business, and you show up every single day. You say you'll stay disciplined, and your results prove it. Imagine a life where everything you want unfolds simply because you always do what you say you'll do. That life begins the moment you start keeping your word. You need to visualize who you are trying to be in order for you to actually become that person. Because the word starts from this imaginary place. What you view inside of your imagination is then expressed through your words. So you have to take time to sculpt the person that you want to be. And through that, the words will start to match that persona, will start to match that person that you were seeking to be. Only then can you actually keep your word. Only then. So, the consequence of breaking your word. When you say one thing but do another, you weaken your internal integrity. And that is a horrendous spot to be in. And excuse me while I take this sip of water because I got Bali belly. Bro, Bali belly actually sucks. I feel like I got hit by a train and I ordered food to my villa last night. And of course, the very first time that I order food to my villa, I get hit with Bali belly. So if you ever come to Bali, you need to do your research and don't order food from anywhere because you're probably gonna get Bali belly. If this is the very first time that I order food and I got Bali belly, I'm never doing that again. And I'm only going to be using places that I have been told that are good and that I know I trust myself. So I need to be drinking water because I feel like ass, but the grind never stops because I keep my word. You know what I'm saying? As you keep your word too. So it's the classic story of the boy who cried wolf. I know you've heard that. We heard that when we were younger. I heard it all the time in my church that I grew up to. They would always talk about the boy who cries that the devil doesn't exist, and then all of a sudden life comes and hits them, and then they're like, "Oh, I told you so. The devil does exist." But what they didn't realize is that the devil is a mere frequency that pulls you away from your higher self because you're replacing your word outside of yourself. So it's just a funny thing to be told as a child, which is really fucked up, to be honest. Because as they told me that the devil exists, even though I was skeptical, a kid's going to absorb that and they're probably more than likely going to run with it. So imagine telling millions, if not billions of young children that the devil is out to get you. You know how fucked up that really is? That you have billions and maybe since the beginning of time, billions and billions of people who have this idea that there's this devil out to get you. Brother, that's a lie. The devil is nothing more than a frequency that that keeps you in the physical world, that makes you look outside of yourself for the solution when everything is always inside of you. But I digress. The boy who cried wolf. You say you're starting the gym routine, but you never follow through. You say you're launching the business, but keep putting it off. You say you're manifesting success, but your actions prove otherwise. Now, here's the deeper truth. Your subconscious mind doesn't believe your words. It believes your patterns. It doesn't care that you say you want to be fit, wealthy, or free. It only accepts what you feel and do as truth. So to experience success, happiness, and love, you must first embody them within yourself. Success is showing up when it's hard, doing one more rep, one more call, one more post, whatever it is that your business requires you to do, or whatever your self-improvement journey is calling you to do right now. Happiness is being grateful for the process, not just the result. And love is having respect for yourself, enough to honor your own word. Now, I want to go back up to the consequence of breaking your word really quickly, because I think it's vastly important to articulate to you the importance of keeping your word and connecting it to the section that I just described to you, because it's a bit of a paradox. Let me explain it for you. Now, first, when you tell your friends that you're going to the gym but you never do, what's happening is really bad. Because first and foremost, you are not listening to yourself. So you're not trusting yourself to do the very thing that you need to do. That is hell, bro. That's fucking hell. If you're stuck in that position where spiritually you have these ideas and these awe and wonders for yourself, but you simply don't even act upon it because you have trained your subconscious mind to recreate the pattern of failure before you even start, okay? There's a lot of energy in that. And then number two, your friends, your family, your peers, the people in your life, they'll sit back and be like, he's saying it again. He's not gonna do shit though. I know he's not gonna do shit because that's just who he is. So now you're getting into that collective mind that views you as a failure before you even really start to do anything. So now you have your personal momentum, and then you have collective momentum against you. This is where the mountain gets in your way. And once you have that mountain, as you are aware, it's very challenging to remove this mountain. And it's the same thing with business. When I was working on my painting business, there was always things for me to do. And for example, my job was management, and there were certain systems that I needed to follow: job check-ins, daily note-taking, communicating with the client, communicating with the sub. And I was half-assing that. And because of that, we ended up having projects become significantly delayed. I said I was going to fix it, but I never did. And what happened is I had trained the pattern of laziness into my mind. And then the collective result of that is that the business itself is lazy because of my own actions, which affects my brothers and my father. So the impact that you create based out of you not keeping your word is far more significant than you could fucking imagine, bro. You need to lock the fuck in. You need to keep your word, because nothing is ever going to change until you learn to keep your word, to have integrity to the things that you say you're going to do. In terms of the subconscious mind, metaphysically speaking, you have two minds: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the present tense awareness. The subconscious mind is below awareness, and it's the thing that drives your conscious actions. So by you continuously repeating actions, and these actions are an inner system of thoughts, emotions, and assumptions. So your word is an accumulation of those three things. And as you continuously train your subconscious mind to have thoughts of failure, to have the emotion of failure, of apathy, which means you don't feel like doing shit, fear of rejection, or any of the things that come with business, feeling shame, and then you assume based off the thoughts and the feeling and the emotions, that you assume that you are a failure before you even start, or you assume that people are not going to want to work with you, or you assume that you're not going to be able to deliver an exceptional service or a product, dude, you're so screwed in that position. Like, you're not going to be able to do you're not going to do anything that you want. A lot of people in my position, they would have just been in bed right now, but like, no, like, I have shit to do. I'm keeping my word. I'm getting this done because this is far more important than how I feel right now. And my subconscious mind has been trained. I've programmed myself to continue regardless of what's going on in my life. I feel like fucking ass right now. But I know that you watching this video are going to take something away from this, and you're going to change your life, whether it's now, which I sincerely hope that you can take this video and the wisdom that I'm presenting to you, that I've received from other men in my life that I look up to, and apply it to your life. That is so important for me. So my word is unbelievably important to me, because my word is the very foundation to my success, to my happiness, to my well-being. I understand this fully. The people that I've had in my life, I've been blessed to be around, they have integrity to their word. And they will follow through on everything that they say they will do, to a degree. Some of you are fucking assholes, to be honest. But the vast majority of you men who I look up to are top tier men. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that about you, that you keep your word. But if you're watching this as an older man, just a quick side note, and you tell people you're gonna do something with a younger man who looks up to you, and then you don't, dude, you realize you are making, you're doing a massive disservice for that young man, because we look up to you, we seek your guidance, we want your perception of how you got to where you're at. And when you tell a young man that you want to spend time with him, to connect with him, and then you don't, it just makes them feel like you are rejecting them. And sure, it's not your responsibility to make them feel important, so to speak, or witnessed. There's a word that I'm missing, but for ages, there's always been a rite of passage from the elders to the young men. And we have completely lost that in Western cultures. It seems that we don't have this rite of passage from older men to younger men. But I digress. So if you're an older man, keep your word with the younger guys, because we do appreciate it. Now, the bottom line, everything, your physique, your business, your relationship, depends on whether you keep your word or not. Keep it in a line with truth, break it, and you live in illusion. I cannot stress the absolute essence of keeping your word, like from a spiritual perspective primarily, because sure, this material world is what we see, but do you, like, please take the time to research physics, because what we think is matter. Like, yes, this is fucking hard. I'll break my hand, but that doesn't change that when you zoom into this, it's just dense packets of energy, and beyond those dense packets of energy is void space. Okay, that's a significant discovery to to be made. And you know, I don't necessarily like that. What's the takeaway is that energy is just formed based off of how the imagination chooses to solidify into physical form. Because this right here, this entire villa, everything came from someone's mind first. Everything. This computer, the camera that I'm using to record this video, the clothes that you're wearing, the phone or computer that you're using to watch this video came from someone's imagination. So what you think is dense matter is far more malleable than you think it is. And you think that this matter is separate from yourself, but matter and mind and spirit are all different forms of the same substance, just vibrating at a different rate. And why that's important to your word is because your word is it's like the wand that creates and forms things into existence. So I really, please, man, like, I know you understand this to a degree. I know you're ambitious. That's why you're here watching this video. I know you better than you probably know yourself to a degree. We're very similar in many ways. And coming from my perspective, my word, man, back in the day was not great. And even in recent months, it's not been the best that it can be, but it's been enough and when I say enough, take that with a grain of salt, because I always strive to be as good as I possibly can be. But my word has gotten me to the position where I can move to Bali for, I don't really know how long I'll be here, but I don't plan on being here for longer than 2 months, to be honest. I like it here, but it's not my preference, I'm realizing, and it's only been 5 days, but maybe that will change. I don't really know, but it's allowed me to make this transition into full-time content creation of this educational pursuit that I have to help men become better leaders for themselves, and then better leaders for the people around them. I've only been able to do this because of the word that I kept with the painting business that allowed me to make the money that I made, to invest the money that I've made that has now made me more money, is giving me freedom to do these things. And it's only because I kept my fucking word. So I will always keep my word, because I have the physical reflection of what that looks like for myself. So for you, brother, you want to get in shape, you want to have a successful business. Those are your two primary things. Actually, the main priority is deepening your spiritual connection to self. And self is God as well. You do that by keeping your word. So if you are needing to meditate because that's what you feel called to do, then you need to commit yourself to 30 minutes of meditation every single day. Creating your dream body, you need to commit yourself to eating healthy and training 3 to 4 times a week. Business, you need to commit yourself to creating the product that you want to create. Commit yourself to creating the pieces of art that you're creating. Committing yourself to becoming the actor that you want to be. Committing yourself to be the athlete that you want to be. All of it comes down to you having conviction of your word. Because like we discussed, that it's more about the patterns that shape your word. You need to be able to place yourself in a state of supreme confidence that when you say, it's like supersedes supreme confidence. It for sure supremes, what did I just forget the word? It for sure precedes. Is that the right word? Hold on. Precede. Define. My brain is having a little bit of a precede. The precede comes after. Before in time. No, it precedes confidence. So that's not the right way. It trumps confidence. It's supreme conviction. It's supreme knowing that the life that you want for yourself is in fact a reality. Because, dude, oh my gosh, it's so mind-boggling when you can actually internalize the fact that the body, the mind, and spirit, or physical matter and spirit, are of the same substance, just at different rates of vibration. Because everything that you see in your life is just, there are different, wood is different than stone, but the foundation of atoms in the physics sense is all the same. It's all just energy vibrating in different at different rates to create the structure of wood, to create the structure of stone, to create the structure of metal. So you need to place yourself in supreme conviction, supreme knowing that when you say, and I'm getting back to my point, when you say, I'm going to be in the best shape of my life, you fucking mean it. And really, you should be saying internally that I am in the best shape of my life, regardless of the physical appearance or not. You need to say, I am the most successful business owner in my life. Because the only person truly experiencing your life is yourself. So it's not cocky for you to say that I'm the most successful business person, because the only person that you really are experiencing in life is yourself. And by doing this, you are training your subconscious mind to have the pattern of success in every area of your life. And most importantly, the pattern of keeping your word. And then to conclude this, dude, why do you do that? These fucking cat, bro, just bites me just bites me for no reason. To conclude this video, you're a little shit, but I like you. You're still kind of cool. As you as you individually keep your word for yourself, the momentum changes, and the mountain that you set before you, in the same way the Bible talks about removing mountains, you will remove the mountains from your life because you keep your word. And that energy builds and the momentum builds. And as you have the evidence for yourself, guess what happens next? And this is where real power comes, where you have the momentum from people around you. You have that individual momentum, then you have the collective momentum cheering you on. And when the world is for you and not against you, that's power. That's leadership. And you specifically, oh my Lord, oh my goodness, she got me. Was that necessary? When you, what was the point of that? Man, when you have that power and you as a spiritual leader are using it for the collective well-being of this world and truly mean that, that's a beautiful thing. Because some people, they're strange, man. They say they're good people, but then they cheat on their girlfriends, or they steal money from their business, and they have this persona that they're good. And maybe I don't know the full situation, but I mean, stealing money from the business is never a good thing to do, or cheating on your woman is never a good thing. Maybe it's an open relationship. I don't know, but it's a very strange world that we live in. And I have no intention of pretending to be somebody I'm not. And I know that you do not as well. So as you cultivate this power, we as a brotherhood cultivate this power. We are leading this world into a more truthful, honest, safe, happy, abundant place, where people are not being hurt, Brother, keep your word. It's so vitally important for you to keep your word. And I know you understand this now. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. I sense that you feel it in your bones. Keep your word. It's the only way for you to succeed in life. Because do not listen to the new age bullshit, the spiritual bullshit about people just saying, imagine things into being and then you get it. And I say that, but I always say you need to act as well. We are in a physical world. I can't raise this glass of water and put water in my mouth without using my own hand to do so. How do you expect to manifest the things that you want if you don't take action as well? So do not listen and do not be convinced that you have this supernatural power to usher things into existence without even doing the physical counterpart needed to create that reality. That's not how reality works. It's never works like that, and it's never going to work like that. So you need to take action, but you keep your word, bro. I know you can do this. I know you're already doing it. I am proud of you. I know other men in your life are proud of you, even if you don't speak to them. Because I know there are other men in my life that I've never met who are doing the things that I'm doing, and I'm proud of you for doing that, even if I don't know you. Because I know the energy's there. I feel the energy. I know you do too. So, brother, keep your word.